Order and Mona Sox. If you would, please join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good job, guys. All righty. Now then, before we approve the agenda, did everybody get a copy of it? Or did I get the only copy?
They should.
Everybody, okay. We need to add under the consent agenda the field trip request for the cross-country team, right? Everybody know what we're talking about? So we're going to add that, if it's okay, to the consent agenda, and then we'll go from there. All right. Let me stick that in the right place. Okay, citizen input, did you get that? Well, I'll go get it.
No, sir. I'll wait for you to speak.
Pass my map, pass my map down. Vicki? I forgot all about it. Okay, here we go.
Got to approve the agenda.
We
have to approve the agenda.
Oh, okay, sorry. All right, thank you, folks. Is there a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Jones, who's second? Doug? So we have a motion to approve the agenda by Mr. Jarnigan and seconded by Doug. All in favor, raise your right hand. All opposed? Get that? Good deal. Thank you, guys. I'm dozing off. All right, citizen input. I have Ray. Where's Ray?
He's already spoken.
I already spoke, but I want to.
He's good.
Okay, thank you, Ray. All right, I give this,
Thank you.
we'll count to give that to Rhonda. All right. Items for information, monthly financial report. Any questions for the finance director on that one?
I have one question about the RFQ Comprehensive Performance-Based Energy. Is this a bid that we're sending out as part of a larger grant that we received? I don't remember ever having seen this before.
This was voted on last meeting, and I'll let Dr. Arnold speak more on it.
Oh, it was, okay.
I advertised the bids as the purchasing agent, but he was one that compiled the
So,
information.
we had talked about possibilities of discussing, Coach Bradley. So, within our schools right now, lighting was redone back in 2009 and 10. So it has T8 lighting, HVAC,
Oh, this is the HVAC.
that's all that, lighting,
Now I know what it
HVAC,
is.
water. So this is nothing that all we're doing is getting qualifications in, hearing what companies could provide for us. So we're getting large numbers in, hopefully, narrow it down to something that the board would hear and make a decision
Got it.
based on that.
Okay, now I know what it is.
Okay.
Thank you.
Next, district enrollment, anybody? Just numbers. Policy, monthly policy review for November. Of course, I've told you this before, if there's a policy on there that you would like to have pulled and passed on to the policy committee, then you can do it now or at some other point in time. You can contact me or the director of schools. Committee appointments, that's just something we took care of at the first meeting back in September. So now you have a copy of who's on what committees, okay? Federal grants, do you have anything you want to say
I
about
don't
that?
have anything.
Okay, six, RFQ comprehensive, anything there, Director, you want to talk about?
We'll talk.
Yes, but
Everybody good? All righty. Consent agenda, is there a motion to approve the consent agenda?
so moved.
You get that?
I
I did,
Morris?
yes.
Is there a second?
Second.
Josh, second?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, all in favor of the consent agenda, raise your right hand. All opposed? 7-0.
Six.
Committee report. Hold on a second.
Yes, sir.
All right, we've got a policy on first reading, complaints and grievances. You've had it in your packet. If there's any questions about that right now, ask or
Make a motion to accept the first reading.
motion by Mr. Jernigan to accept, to approve policy 5.501, complaints and grievances. Is there a second? Second by Nancy. Any discussion? All in favor, raise your right hand. 100%. Next on the agenda is on the second reading, three policies, 4.210, 4.407, and 6.200. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Nancy, thank you, ma'am.
Second.
So, okay, Bill second. So let that indicate those numbers in the motion, okay, for those policies. All in favor of this motion, raise your right hand.
Discussion?
Yeah, Bill did.
No,
Discussion.
Oh, you want to discuss?
Yeah, just a
Yeah.
question, just a question.
Well,
Just a question. Are a lot of these policy changes being made to comply with the MOU?
No, these are state law.
take-
Second
more
reading is state law. First reading, complaints and grievances, that's more with the MOU. But
Okay,
the second reading is strictly state law.
okay, but the first one is the MOU?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
And by changing this, it will comply with what you guys discussed, negotiated at the end with the MOU?
We're both on the same page here.
Okay, that was my question. Thank you.
Got it? All right. Anybody ready to vote? All in favor, raise your right hand. All opposed, no. 7-0, Rhonda. Okay, budget amendments. We can lump all these together or vote on them individually. I'll just, is there a motion either direction? Yes, ma'am.
Before you guys make a motion on it, I do want to point out a couple of typos on these. And so the first one is Fund 141. Item number 5, a 1 was actually left out of it. So instead of it being 26,120, the total is 126,120. Just want to make you all aware of that before you make a vote. And another typo on federal funds, 142, item number 3. It is the second line, the staff development. It should be 72210. That is the correct object instead of 72215. So if these are approved, we will pass them on to Budget Committee and County Commission with the corrections
Okay.
in them. And if you have any other questions, I'll be happy to answer them.
Anybody have any questions? Everybody understand the corrections? Let's see, like I said, we can go on individually, or if somebody wants to make a motion to,
I make a motion to accept all three as presented.
okay, so the motion would include, General Purpose Fund 141, number 10, Federal Purpose Fund 142, number 9, and Student Nutrition Fund 143, number 3.
I make
Is there
a
a second?
second, I will, but you need to put it in that we with the correction,
With
what
the
she
typo.
made.
Yes.
With the
It's
typo,
understood, with the correction.
with the typo,
As presented.
yeah, as presented typo,
There you go.
yeah,
So you second,
yeah.
Bill, and that's, all right. Any discussion? We're getting in a hurry, get the good word. Saying none. All in favor, raise your right hand. 7-0. You got me tore up over that word legal. Did you hear me, Nancy? I'm all tore up over that word legal. What do you say? All right, we're somewhere on this agenda. Let's see. We're under, new business. Great. I'm glad somebody's paying attention. Number one, requires a vote, right?
Yes, sir. Yes,
I
sir.
make a motion
Yes.
to approve. We discussed it, I worked that, I make the motion to approve.
Okay. We have a motion to approve Esser's pending health and safety plan fiscal year 2022-23, correct? Is there a second?
Say,
He beat you out.
oh. I'll take it back.
Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor of the motion, raise your right hand. 7-0.
Six of us. Six of us here.
Huh?
There's only 6 of us here.
Well, I've been saying 7-0.
Yeah, we just keep saying that we're ready.
Tommy.
We got it.
It's not biology.
It's your fault. Okay, we'll go with 6-0. I thought that he was here. Anyway,
He's here in spirit.
we'll go over next.
Number 3.
Okay, so number 2, right?
Number 2.
2.
2022 Local Education Agency Compliance Report. That's this right here, right?
Yes, sir.
It's several pages, right? That's the one.
Yes.
Okay. So, yeah, do I hear a motion to approve 2022 Local Education Agency Compliance Report. So moved. Yes, thank you, ma'am. We need a second. Danny, speak up.
Second.
Anybody else? Did you make it?
Josh.
Okay,
Josh.
good. All right, any discussion? All in favor, raise your right hand. 6-0. Thank you, Bill. Okay. The schedule change, I guess we're making kind of an amendment, right?
Yes.
I guess the motion should read something like, we're adopting this meeting schedule, replacing the other one, right? The original, something that favor. So anybody want to make a motion?
I make a motion to accept it as presented by our director.
And replace,
The old one.
okay, do we have a second? Are you with me?
I second.
Okay.
I got a discussion on.
Sure.
Can we, I like that lady's good point there, can we have this at the high school, our board meetings for next coming year? And have it at the high school and have more room, everybody, you know, I agree with, you know, that does make more sense. Our tournament out, if it ain't being used.
I'll tell you, one thing, I mean, that high school gets used. We have senior play coming up.
Okay.
So it's, you know, senior play, you've
Patriot
been to it, it's a
Academy.
huge production. One thing to ponder on is, whenever we go to a school, then it involves, setup, takedown, cleanup, we're short custodians.
Okay.
It's just something to consider. We don't have you know, a lot of our schools, whenever we go to Jefferson Elementary, we was at a meeting one time and they said, you know, let's do it at Jefferson Elementary School. Well, in the cafeteria, there was no screen, so over 30 days, we installed a screen, a projector, put in some sound equipment. So I don't want to put extra burden on some of our schools. The high school is a great place, but that senior play is going hot and heavy.
I just thrown it out there.
Yeah.
so I don't
That
know.
lady is spoke.
I think that's the reason why we moved
May
here.
still be here,
was
right?
To,
Are you still
Yeah,
here?
yes, she is. She is.
Ma'am, for the last 3 or 4 or 5 meetings, this music on the town has been the problem with having here in Denver. Because you cannot find a place to park. I understand your situation.
Yeah.
But for the most convenient place is right here.
Okay, I'm just throwing out there, I'm trying to,
Yeah.
That's the
Says
biggest
right.
parking problem with our parking. Is the music on the town.
okay, we got a motion on the floor. Everybody, discussion done?
yes, sir.
Call the question.
No more discussion. Okay, everybody in favor of the motion, raise your right hand.
We're back to vote to have it right here.
No, well, that wasn't part of the
that
motion.
wasn't the motion.
That was just part of the discussion. So we're approving your motion,
Thank you.
okay? And it's 6-0. All right, moving right along. All right, next item on the agenda is the Fair Association lease. Is there a motion?
I make a motion to accept the lease on it. Cause Tommy Arnold done told us in the work session that everything's good on it, they ready to go, we need to move forward on that. I make a motion in that favor.
So you make a motion to adopt the lease for the fairgrounds
Yes, sir.
as presented.
And I say,
You second it. Okay, Doug seconded it, you know. Discussion.
I didn't say my spot, you know.
Okay,
I said,
you're fine. Okay, anybody else? All righty, all in favor of this motion to adopt this lease for the fairgrounds, raise your right hand. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4. All opposed? 2. 4 to 2. All right, next we've got the, let me get to the right page. This is not, or that's what I was asking a while ago. The bonus breakdown is not on here.
Yeah,
Part-time employees.
Or
part-time and
part-time, okay.
I make a
Different
motion to
type.
accept that as presented.
All righty.
For all part-time employees and full-time employees, I make a motion to accept.
You're approving this.
Yes, sir.
full-time and part-time.
Part-time and full-time.
Support staff.
5, 4, 2.5. That's what.
no, this is just for part-time, not full-time. This is, what's
You had a
that?
5, 4, and 2.
Yes,
Five
I
total.
thought you said it's for part-time and full-time.
No.
Yes. Oh, yeah, okay.
So your motion is to approve this document that's
Yeah,
in your
okay.
packet.
Yes, sir.
And I say,
And Doug second. Bill, you got the first
I
crack at
have
discussion.
no discussion.
my question would be, being that if we approve this tonight, the county commission doesn't meet again until January. Ms. Jessie, when would it realistically, when would this bonus actually take place?
More than likely February because they meet late mid-January.
Could I amend your motion to say this is supposed to be paid at the earliest possible payroll date after county commission approval is received? Maybe we can get the county commission to meet specially to approve this? And if that's the case, I'd love to have it done sometime this year, if possible.
I have no
That's not up to us.
I
That's
have
not
no
up-
problems, just so they get it.
Okay. So,
Hey, now, let me run this by. Are you making a consent amendment to your motion? Is that what you're saying?
He's making an amendment to the motion.
Well, you can consent for him to add that if you want to.
I will consent for him to add that.
Okay, now then, you present the motion again, okay, for Rhonda, with a consent amendment.
I've written it down here if you want.
I do.
You already have.
I do.
Okay.
Alex said you wanted.
Okay, I figured you might.
Jesse might have something.
Yes, you want to speak? Go ahead,
Just
yes.
real quick. I just want to.
We've not voted yet.
That's perfect. I want to clarify that the breakdown that you all are seeing does not include substitute teachers. It includes
Correct.
cafeteria, maintenance, bus drivers, and custodians.
Right, so we only
Part-time
included
classified.
scheduled, what we determined as scheduled, substitute, or scheduled part-time employees.
Right.
So
Okay.
we did not include, what we termed as,
Certified.
substitute teachers, would not be included in this.
Can I ask a question? I can't get some wrong discussion. If this is for part-time, how about the full-time maintenance man in the cafeteria? Are they included in?
No, at this time, it's only, so one thing from last meeting, whenever we brought up about, part-time bus driver bonus, we didn't want to exclude, whenever I say we, the board didn't want to exclude employees and leave people out. So this bonus takes care of all in a group, such as part-time employees that are
I
scheduled
like to,
and work within our.
I like to see us to put a final, for next work session and meeting, see if we can get the other full-time maintenance, full-time, cafeteria custodian that who's full-time something. Non-classified sports staff, that's full-time. We taking care of our part-time, now let's take care of our full-time sports staff. I like to have a layout and see like this right here, if Tommy can't get finance, if I meet you one day with finance, I love to do that, because I think we need to owe that to them.
That's not the motion, so.
No,
Yeah,
I just
that's not the
want,
motion.
Yeah,
I'm
hold on,
just
we're,
discussing.
we're getting on the sidetrack here. We are only should be discussing the motion, and basically the motion is to, adopt this document, right, Bill, the one that's in, and take $57,162.15 from fund balance.
It's approximate.
And then the consent amendment was this bonus to be paid on the earliest possible payroll date after county commission approval is received.
That's right.
Got it wrong?
Question.
Any more discussion?
Call for question.
Huh?
Call for question.
All right, all in favor of this motion, raise your right hand. All that opposed?
Sorry I was out of order there, but I would.
Unanimous, I'll use that, that'll take care of any number you want. All right, here we go. Next is the baseball netting and operational upgrade phase 4. Is there a motion?
I make a motion, go ahead and do it, to fix this problem, and we do the best we can with it. So I make a motion to fix it.
So your motion is to install the
Yes.
netting
Yes.
at the baseball field, using $75,000 from operational upgrade phase 4.
Yes, sir.
That is your motion.
Yes, sir.
Second. Discussion. You go first.
I just think that it's been going on, problem, we're gonna try to make an effort to do what we can do on our side to fix our problem. If, I don't know if it'll help, but we are trying to do something to fix your problem, and it'll be over. So that's on the discussion I got, I just want to help everybody you can.
Josh? You good? Anybody else? Yes, sir.
Does this need to be bid out, or could we?
It will be bid
Yeah,
out.
it'll have to be better.
Yeah, anything over $25,000,
That's
bid out.
kind of understood.
Okay.
We just put that amount in that just to cover all of it.
That's based on a estimate I got whenever you brought that baseball to that meeting, that was,
Yes, sir. Okay.
If any money's, if any money's left over out of the 75,
it
will
stays
it
right
go
there.
back in the phase 4?
Yes, it stays right there, and then I would have to come back to the board to move money from those
To some
sub-objects to something else.
Something that's maybe been over budget or
Correct.
went over budget or something like
Yes.
that. Anybody else? I did not use the word legal. All right, all in favor of the motion of putting up the fence and with funding from operational upgrade phase 4, raise your right hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. All opposed? Okay. 42, Rhonda. Okay. What's up ballooning launch?
I'd like to make a motion.
Yes, sir.
I move to approve the usage of the fairground property by What's Up Ballooning for launching purposes contingent upon an agreement being reached between Jefferson County School District and What's Up Ballooning. This agreement can be canceled by either party at any time for any reason and shall be for no longer than 12 months from the date of signing.
Is there a second?
I say.
Discussion.
I'd like for him to change his motion on that from fairground to school property. Ground
Okay.
does not belong to the fairgrounds.
That's,
It
oh,
belongs to,
okay,
it belongs to school, Harrison County
how would
School.
you like me to refer to it?
I don't care, but I don't need the fair name mentioned in
Well,
there.
they probably don't want that.
Oh, wait a minute,
The-
wait a minute, wait a minute. What,
Oh, I know.
what's going on here, Bill?
Well, he's just wondering,
I reckon we could change his motion from fairgrounds to Jefferson
From the-
County School property.
the school property behind Jefferson Elementary
That
School?
will be fine.
Okay.
Because I don't think the fairgrounds, we want, the fair people want no responsibility.
Oh, okay, I just always called it the
Yeah,
fairgrounds. So, okay, so then we change the word fairgrounds to the school property adjacent to Jefferson Elementary, behind Jefferson Elementary.
Well, you consent to that, that's fine, yes, but, I mean,
And I consent to
okay. Well, when you say fairgrounds,
Everybody.
I know where the boundaries are. School property, I don't know where the boundaries are. But we'll go with your motion. So the motion's been made, and who seconded it?
I did, sir.
Okay. So, discussion,
that. I think Mr. Ferdy
Think we
said
figured
everything
it?
to be said.
okay.
That's me.
Anybody else? All in favor of this motion, raise your right hand. We have 4 yeses, all opposed, 2. Get that? Did you get that, Ron?
I did.
Thank you, ma'am. That basically finishes that everything, huh?
Yeah, I want to make sure I get to do the support staff and full-time. Did you get that on that class? I'm sorry, I spoke out of turn.
Go right ahead, no, that's okay. Now's the time to speak. Now, you can talk to him.
So, yeah, I'm gonna start on there, see what we can do next month for them. Full-time.
We'll look at it, bring something
If you
similar
want
to
me to
what we
meet with
did.
you, whatever, I will. I can. I'll be honest.
And could I ask a question? Would you mind if I talk to the powers that be at the county commission to see if we can get a special meeting to approve the bonus? So we could get,
Could we-
possibly get to
I
them
think
right?
our director of schools should be.
That's something you
Hold
would.
up.
we-
Yeah.
So we actually, Dr. Arnold, you can ask him too, but the procedure is to ask the chairman of the board, which would be Mayor Potts at that point.
Okay. Would you want to do that? Do you want me to do that? I mean.
I will, I
You'll
will.
do that, okay.
Yeah, if the board, I mean,
We have money available without asking them.
well, I mean, I want to be good stewards of 21 commissioners' time to bring them together to make a decision. So I want the board to be, before I go in front of county commission, I would want the board to be unanimous to bring them together. I would want to bring the full commission together for, in my opinion, what I would deem as an emergency situation, and not I mean, if you deem it as an emergency session, that's one thing. But I would be cautious of bringing asking for the full commission.
I think, I'm sorry, you had your hand up.
Yeah, there you go, thank you.
Is there any money available that we could use in our system that would save us from going before our commissioners?
We would have to have that approved by budget committee and then county commission to move any funds for
To move
salary
any funds.
lines. This would be going above and beyond what we have currently budgeted. It would cover it, but we can't
I understand.
approve anything like
It'd
that.
still be the same time frame.
We would be over budget if they didn't approve it.
Okay. Well, we can only do what we can do.
To me, if we meet again on the full-time and full-time sports staff, we can put it all as one, and everybody gets it at the same time.
True, true.
And the commissioners can meet and give it to us, say, hey, we passed it. I don't think that.
And that's my opinion.
Ain't that true?
I mean, just guidance for you, I think the county commission went to quarterly meetings for a purpose. I do not think they care to be in a special call session whenever it is deemed as an emergency situation for the operation of our school system.
Your point's well taken.
Thank you.
Yeah, I just think it'd be better to get it all at one time. I make a motion.
Who's- You're right.
May I ask a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
May we add to our agenda next month the Garrison Elementary School?
What'd you say, sir?
May we add to our agenda on our next meeting the Garrison Elementary School?
Sure.
Sure.
Any school board member can add to the agenda.
I would ask that we be on our next agenda.
Anybody else? Come on, Moose.
The official
Let's
agenda.
have a meeting.
Motion adjourned.
Take a motion to what? Adjourn. Take a motion to adjourn. All in favor say aye, we're out.
Aye.